ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. I welcome you all to Vision Master Academy. So, we have taken this initiative to help aspirants who are preparing for the upcoming KSET examination. So, we have planned to upload videos on previous year question papers of KSET exam. So, in this particular session, I will be solving the 2017 KSET English paper number 3. So don't get confused because it says paper number 3. Because during that time, we had three papers, paper 1, 2, and 3. So nowadays we have only two papers. So let's jump onto the questions. I have skipped four questions which are of comprehension. I will let us only discuss about the questions which are from literature. Question number 5. Then must you speak of one that loud not wisely but too well. These lines are intended to describe uh, answer C, Othello. So this particular dialogue comes at the climax of the drama Othello, and this dialogue is spoken by Othello about himself only because he commits hamartia, that is error of judgment, and he kills his own wife. Then at the end, he realizes his mistake. That's why he says that he did not love Desdemona wisely. Then question number 6. Which novel by Sol Bello is a picaresque novel? A picaresque novel is a novel in which we have a roguish kind of a protagonist, like Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. So the answer is The Adventures of Augie March. Then question number 7. Match the following. The Castle of Otranto is a gothic novel. Ivanhoe is a historical novel by Walter Scott. The Moonstone is a crime fiction by Wilkie Collins. North and South is a regional novel by Elizabeth Gaskell. So all these four novels are very famous novels. So the code D is the right option. Then the question number 8, the second wave of feminism was associated with. So the answer is a civil rights movement. Second wave feminism was it existed during 1960s and it continued till 1980s. So you have to be aware about these four waves of feminism and their focus or their objective. Why the feminist or the feminist uh, fought. Then question number 9, Death of a Naturalist is a collection of poems written by Seamus Heaney. In 1965, this collection of poems was published by Seamus Heaney, in which digging his famous poem includes. Question number 10 is which novelist does not use the technique of magical realism? So magical realism is a genre of novel writing in which fantastic or supernatural elements are included. So option A, Salman Rushdie. Okay, Salman Rushdie is a very important writer who comes under magical realism. In his novel Midnight's Children, he uses magical realism. Then Gunter Grass, a German novelist, he also uses magical realism in his novel Tin Drum. Then we have Arundhati Roy. So the answer is Arundhati Roy. She does not use magical realism in her fictions. Regarding Gabriel Garcia Marquez, he uses it. He uses magical realism in 100 Years of Solitude. So Arundhati Roy does not use magical realism. Question number 11. Match the following. So at the left, we have the literary movements. At the right, we have the writers. We need to match. So Harlem Renaissance was a movement that took place in America, particularly New York, where black Afro-American writers came forward and celebrated blackness or being African. So Harlem Renaissance matches with Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was a very important figure who comes under Harlem Renaissance. Then Bloomsbury Group, which was a literary circle in England. So we have Virginia Woolf, who was an important figure in Bloomsbury Group. There we have the movement, which was also a significant literary movement that took place in America. So Philip Larkin was the most prominent among them. Then the Pitt was also an American literary movement in which Allen Ginsberg was included. So the correct option is A. Then question number 12. In Jhumpa Lahari's novel, The Namesake, the main character is named after a Russian writer. So the protagonist of The Namesake is Gogol. Gogol is named after a Russian writer, Gogol. So this is an important novel which you have to be aware of because there are many questions asked on this particular novel by Jhumpa Lahiri in KSET and NET examinations. Then question number 13, the phrase Brave New World is used by. The answer is Miranda to describe the life outside the island. So this particular phrase comes in The Tempest by Shakespeare. This particular phrase is very important, which was also later taken by Aldous Huxley, and he named one of his novel by this title, The Brave New World. Question number 14, The Chimney Sweeper by Blake ends with the line, so if we all do their duty, they need not fear harm. Here, so the answer is D. The poet uses irony at such moralizing. So this is the ending line of William Blake's The Chimney Sweeper. So here, the poet is very ironic towards religion and society, which justify cruelty by promising divine reward for suffering. So Blake's tone is not one of approval, but of bitter irony, exposing hypocrisy. Then question number 15, what is common to the following works? Brave New World, 1984, The Handmaid's Tale. So we just spoke about Brave New World. I told you this is a novel written by Aldous Huxley. And 1984 is a novel, a very famous novel by George Orwell. Then The Handmaid's Tale is by Margaret Atwood. So these are all dystopian novels. So the novels takes place in a very chaotic, messed up kind of society or world. Question number 16, match the following. So left corner we have the characters. On the right corner we have these a place. We need to match. So Millamant is the heroine of The Way of the World by William Congreve. It is a very famous comedy of manners play, The Way of the World. Then Victoria Corambona is also a character in The White Devil by John Webster. During Elizabethan age, he writes this drama, The White Devil. It is a tragedy. Um, C. Gertrude is a character in Hamlet, Shakespeare's Hamlet, and is the mother of Hamlet in that drama. It is a tragedy again. Then D. Jessica is the daughter of Shylock in the drama The Merchant of Venice. So the right option is B. B. Then 17. David Lodge is well known for his campus novels. So there is a genre in novel writing called campus novel. In campus novel, the story takes place around a college or inside the campus. Then question number 18, Go Tell It on the Mountain is a novel by James Baldwin, an Afro-American writer. It is a very famous autobiographical novel. You have to be aware of it. Then question number 19, match the following. Monica Ali is a British diasporic writer from Bangladesh. She writes Brick Lane. So it is her famous novel. It explores about the Bangladeshi immigrants in London. Then Alice Walker, she writes The Color Purple, which is about racism and slavery. Then the C, Toni Morrison is also an American writer. She writes Tar Baby. Then Isabel Allende, she writes Eva Luna. The right option is A. Question number 20. Which writer is not included by F.R. Lewis in his The Great Tradition? So F.R. Lewis in 1948, he writes a book called The Great Tradition, in which he creates a canon of great writers to be taught to the students of England. So here he includes four writers in this canon. They are Jane Austen, George Eliot, Henry James, and Joseph Conrad. So the option number D is the answer. Emily Bronte is not included in the Great Tradition. Then question number 21, in the Poetics, Peripetia refers to, answer is change of fortune or reversal of fortune. So the Poetics is written by Aristotle, in which he talks about tragedy, and he gives very important concepts like hamartia, catharsis. So you have to be aware of his concept of tragedy. Question number 22. Stevens, the butler, is the narrator in the novel The Remains of the Day. So The Remains of the Day is written by Kazuo Ishiguro, a British diasporic Japanese writer. So he's very famous. So you have to read all of his novels, which are really important for KSET. Then 23, the concept of the organic intellectual was introduced by Antonio Gramsci. So Antonio Gramsci, a Marxist critique, he introduces this concept in his prison notebook, where he says that we need some organic intellectuals who could reform the society, who could fight for the subalterns.